racist,
oppressive.
So what you've seen in the cinematic intro was put together for viewing pleasure. I want to say, while it was cinematic, all of the voices, text, and articles you see in that intro are 100% real and relevant to this video. I will be showing you these things in unedited form to back up my statements with evidence. In the beginning, you will see a picture of Gary Dumbrill. That's right, Daniel Dumbrill's father, who is a professor, and shall we say a nutty professor. You can see here on the official website, again, this is the official website, and the link will be in the description. You can see here on the official McMaster University website, Gary Dumbrill has some strange areas of interest. Again, a nutty professor. Some of his areas of interest are anti-oppression, critical race theory, decolonization, race, religion, and social science, social inequality, and social justice. It goes on and on and on. Basically, he's one of those goofy social justice warriors that we see here today that are always angry and blaming everyone else. It has become evident Gary has brainwashed Daniel Dumbrill from a young age to hate white people. Think about that for a second. To hate white people. And we will get further into this. Don't think so? Let's read a little further. And again, these are real. You can't make them up, and you can see it for yourself. Gary says, my research. Of course, this leads us to believe that he wrote it himself, of course. He speaks of child welfare, or in this case, child brainwashing, which is clearly something that he did to Daniel from a young age. He says, all of my child welfare research is connected to the wider social work of anti-oppressive policy and practice. As you can see, like father, like son. Gary clearly thinks that everyone is a racist and that the world is just so unfair to everyone. He says that he examines racism, colonization, whiteness. That's right, folks. Whiteness. Social inclusion and exclusion. Yeah. Again, what we have here is a clear case of a nutty professor. And Daniel Dumbrill, had to grow up in this household. This is why he runs around on angry Twitter tangents at 4 a.m. his time, and anytime he disagrees with someone, he tells them that they're a racist, that they're a white supremacist, or whatever, because that's all he's ever known since he was a child. That is something that Gary Dumbrill has put in his mind. You can even look at Gary Dumbrill on Twitter, where he has post after post after post after post of racism. You can look on YouTube, where he has entire speeches talking about whiteness. Again, links will be in the description. Gary has even wrote an entire book, Anti-Oppressive Social Work, Ways of Knowing, Talking, and Doing. Basically, he's teaching people like he taught Daniel to call everyone a racist all the time. As you can see, again, it all makes sense now. Like father, like son, Daniel has issues with hating white people. And clearly this is why he is so self-loathing. This is why he hates himself. And we all have wondered why. But when you look at it, it makes sense. You see, Daniel is mixed. Daniel is also white. It must be horrible hating white people and knowing that you are also white. You're going to have to get over it, Daniel. I firmly believe this is why Daniel goes around on Twitter attacking people in an effort to make himself feel better. Unfortunately, Daniel, it's not going to work, and I feel sorry for you. But that being said, now I understand why you are the way that you are. Because your father is crazy. Your father is a nutty professor that has put these things in your mind from such a very young age. And now you think you're always right. You think that you are above everyone. You think that anyone that disagrees with you is a racist or a white supremacist. And that's not true. I want you to know that most of us are good people. We just don't like the CCP. Prime in China. Like, comment, subscribe.
Today, I am going to give you a direct look into the darkest corners of YouTube.
Welcome to the episode. I'm Gary Dumbrill.
Will be, and always has been, a racist.
The dominant group takes for granted.
Anti-China propaganda.
So common is this holding down and pushing back certain groups within society.
The anti-Asian racism.
The whiteness and white supremacy.
Is white and is also racist.
Because there's a whole bunch of people benefiting from holding other groups back.
Extremely racist.
Racism is prejudice plus power.
Is natural, racist self.
Cultural genocide.
Ethnic group.
Considered oppression.
White people had privilege over black people.
To exclude people.
Final racist video.
The oppression is prejudice plus power.
In a white majority country.
Systemic oppression.
Racist assumptions.
Oppression operates within society.
Racism.
Personal prejudice.
Your white superior race.
Or racialized people.
There's a spike in Asian hate in America.
Gender and race.
Knowing that Asian hate crimes
between the words black and white.
Institutionalized racism allowing white people to get ahead.
Is the dominant group using their power?
Why are people treating Asians as subhuman?
To shape the nation's culture around their own ways of being.
A group of white people.
Color, race.
Killing people en masse.
Citizenship, ethnic origin.
Anti-China propaganda.
There's groups that commonly get pressed down and held back by oppression.
It's of Asian hate. Asian hate crimes, where Asian hate
sometimes, and you've been the subject of some of my tweets.
Subject of some of my tweets. Subject of some of my tweets. Subject of some of my tweets. Subject of some of my tweets.
A racist. Racism. Anti-China propaganda. Extremely racist. Racist, 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 racist.
I'm asking whether it's problematic for your sister, whether it would put her at risk.